Hello my fellow freaks, I'm Ildakov, Lord the Chaotic Freak, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons Online on Roll20 with Cersol and with Colt and Seth, I'm sorry. Say hi guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So, last time, go ahead and let Colt do that. Colt, just starts
Last
off.
time, our heroes made it back to Mosswall. They discovered that it had been attacked by the very same people who had first crashed into their boat so long ago. Now, with the town's north wall looking worse for wear, Garcinta is hoping to branch out and contact some of the countries to the north or south of her in an attempt to garner aid for her village, as well as starting a new alliance with the town of Allies, from which Slyla is from. But before any of that, Amos takes a trip to the graveyard, or to the battlefield, and finds himself on a mysterious plane.
And this symbol right here means I'm asleep, by the way. That's why I have that symbol there.
With a sword now staring him down. Greetings, Amos.
I'm gonna ask, where are we?
Welcome to my home, the land of my birth. The
Who
shadow.
are you?
I am but a humble sword, a weapon created here. I've had many users, and found myself in that accursed circle. But, thanks to you, I've been saved, and I'd like to repay your kindness.
How are you gonna do that?
You're a warlock, are you not? I can sense it. You have great power within you. You wield it so well. From Lady Titania, yes? I recognized her late. It helped to restore me. So I propose a little trade. I can offer the same power she. I will offer you the same agreement as she does. You will be able to use my power as well as hers. Does this reward please you?
I can use both of your powers.
Yes, though you may not want to inform her directly of it. She might not be thrilled with my presence, or your using both of us, but I believe it's worth it.
What is your name?
My name? Gallup.
Say again?
He looks down. I haven't thought of one yet. Been quite a long time. Quite a long time. I was close to death, so memories are starting to evade me.
I'll say yes. Like, to show me a test of his powers.
Yes. You felt my power when you chopped off that giant's head, yes? You're not terribly skilled with a blade, I can tell. It's not your focus. Nothing to be ashamed of, but with this blade, and the others I can produce, he kind of holds himself up. It draws upon your latent magical energy to deal damage, rather than your physical power. And he sticks it in the ground again. I can offer you one of these, as well as the power that comes with it.
Wait,
Power.
real quick.
Yes.
He formed a face in the shadows, right?
Yes, he's forming a whole body out of shadows,
I see.
slowly getting more features as he continues to speak.
I see. Okay, continue.
Alright. Accepting my power, and I will grant you a copy of myself to use in battle however you wish. It'll be your conduit to me. But to everyone else, even an archfey, it will appear to be a simple enchanted sword. It will also provide you with an additional amount of power to use in your magic. One additional spell slot, as it were.
I see. And this is just in return for me taking you out of that circle?
Yes, it is. And so long as we remain friends, of course.
Alright, well, sounds good to me. How did you end up there in the first place, actually?
My old wielder sought to destroy Ian Ra, and take his hide and bones and horn for himself. He was a fool and suffered for it. And I wound up there for a dozen years or so. It was very nearly close to killing.
Why didn't Ian Ross see you? Why couldn't he see you?
It is one of my few powers. I can erase myself from people's minds and perception. Once my owner was struck down in the middle of that circle, I erased myself from him. Otherwise, he may have sped up the process, destroying me far sooner than I would have otherwise.
Okay. Well, since you don't seem too bad, I guess I'll
Why, thank you.
use your conduit.
Alright. He places the original sword down, he holds out his hands, and they form a shadowy blade that suddenly takes a solid form, an exact copy of the one of his, and he hands it to you.
I'm gonna ask, how do I get out of here? And can I return? Am I able to return back?
I can return you. So I advise you destroy that little display of carnage before anyone else discovers it. Just move around the bodies and let the blood flow.
I see. Is your realm this? I'm not sure what to call it.
The shadow.
The Shadowfell, is this accessible easily by me?
It isn't really easily accessible by anyone who isn't in the midst of great conflict and death.
I see.
However, through that sword you will be able to communicate directly with me. If there is a pressing need, I can draw you in the realm.
I see. Alright. Well then, I'm gonna say goodbye and try and leave.
I will let you know my name as soon as I remember. I have some exploring to do. Farewell. He holds out a shadowy hand, and the shadows envelop you, and when they part, you are back on that battlefield in front of the bodies arranged in a circle. Still holding that copy of the sword.
Alright, well I'm gonna move the bodies apart, away from each other.
As you do, the blood just runs out and reveals plain old dirt underneath. Nothing strange at all.
I have a question. Like, I don't know if I collected a sample of all their bloods, would I be able to recreate the portal?
You don't know. Roll Arcane. It's probably not just the blood. It also has to do with the circumstances. You're in the middle of a field just covered with death and destruction. And this particular grisly flight of all the races involved lying dead around each other is probably an apex point of this. So it's going to be more than just blood that is needed to reach the Shadowfell. It is absolute destruction.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna keep that in mind and head back to the boat.
Alright. Alright, you all have a lovely night's sleep. Nemea's sleeping outside.
She's tired of sleeping on the boat.
Nemea. Oh, you were sleeping on the boat?
No, she's tired of sleeping on the boat.
Okay. Nemea, roll a perception check with disadvantage as you sleep.
Always gotta have the disadvantage, don't I?
Oh, don't worry, it's not a big deal.
I fumble! One crit. Oh, dang it.
Oh, well, you actually slightly come back to consciousness in the middle of the night as Dirk is putting a tent over you.
Oh, how sweet.
Go back to sleep.
Yep.
Right? You all wake up the next morning. And you hear... You're used to the rhythmic sound of a hammer on steel coming from Sal's smithy. Now you hear two hammers.
Ting ting. Ting ting.
Ting ting. Ting ting. Ting ting. Alright. As you all wake up and head outside, you notice, along with Sal, there's now a short bronze individual next to him. And they both appear to be talking and hammering things. There's that giant sword you found in the middle of the veil, just lying kind of on a reinforced table now, with a broken one shoved in the corner, as they're both discussing and looking down at what appears to be the Kirin's horn, as well as some of the metal that they have actually managed to break off of the giant sword. Dirk is also looking and discussing things with them as they're poring over this little smithing endeavor and hammering out the metal from the adamantine sword. Right? What are y'all doing?
Does the sheath he's letting you borrow, or how long is he gonna let me borrow it?
They've actually saw us finish making a new one for you. It's a jet black rupee.
Okay.
Right. Dirk takes back his. He says, "Yeah, it's about this size, so we can make it bigger and just adjust the sheath if you want." And they continue talking. Nemea, roll a knowledge arcana on the bronze dwarf-looking individual.
Okay.
Amos too. You might know.
I don't know.
Nemea looks like a really weird dwarf who needs less sun. Amos, this is an Azer. They are a native of the elemental plane of fire. They look like metal dwarves made of metal with these fiery eyes. They're fire elementals and master smiths. And you know there was not one in town beforehand.
I'm gonna introduce myself.
Ah, yes, hello. Sal's been telling me a lot about you. Well, all of you. You've done good work with his material. Anyway, I'll be helping repair the town after what happened. Anything you need from me?
What kind of metal was the giant sword made out of again?
Adamantine.
Adamantine.
It's the same metal Calcudicus' sword was made out of. The one that cut through
Sorry,
stone
Brady Adamantium?
so easily. Adamantine.
Hey, Jalen? Jalen? I am recording still. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
It's fine. Did you guys hear the pleasant singing there?
Yes.
I was just feeling it for a sec.
Right.
Can I ask them if they know anything about the are they warforged?
No, he's an Azar. He's a
I
fire.
mean, the robot things. I don't want to come.
They're a mixture of shield guardians and warforged. Yeah. So not sentient warforged.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about them. If either of them.
Azar says, if I didn't know better, I'd say they're trying to imitate us. But kind of shoddy craftsmanship on most of them. Just some maids gone mad with power, trying to make a unstoppable army.
would you be able to try and reprogram them to defend the town?
Oh, there's an idea. So starts thinking. I didn't consider that. Yes, we can try that soon. We're planning on restructuring the wall around the village first, though. I summoned him to help out. I'm trying to see about summoning more later today. The other says, "Well, yeah, anything for you, Sal. After all, we're..." And Sal sort of shoots him a look and just knock it off. Like, don't say anymore.
Well, did we need anything else? Where did, Lila, or... That's her name, right? Sorry.
Yes, you last saw her in Garcento's place.
I see. I guess I'm gonna go to Garcento's place and try and see what she's up to.
Alright, as you come in there, Garcento and her are talking and like pointing at a map off to one side of the pool. And she goes, yes, well, if we do the trade route here, we can have patrols. There aren't many monsters that are in that part of the vortex. Mostly cockatrice, but we can handle those. Let's see. Are we wanting to speak to Rick personally before we finalize anything, though? Can that be arranged? Garcento says. And they both see you. He goes, "Oh, hey, Amos."
I'm just gonna say hello, and I'm gonna just join up with them, look at the map with them.
Alright. They're laying out the sort of trade route between All Eyes and Moss Wall, and are hoping to make an actual road for it, as there are none in the area, and then as well as establish patrols and possibly a midway point between them to help keep the road clear and start taming the area.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And Garson says, Lala also mentioned the Yanti gang. That happened to attack before you left?
Yes.
The ritual for becoming a Yanti is typically only used on smaller humanoids, and typically only humans at that. If they're doing it on giants, and then Lila sort of chimes in, then they've probably corrupted the ritual even further than they were already.
I'm sorry, is Lila also a Yuanti?
You don't know that.
Okay then.
You don't know if she is or isn't. Anyway. We should probably investigate there at some point, though first things first. This ship, it must be taken care of, along with those on it. We don't need to kill them per se, but they must be removed from the area. Or at least brought to heel.
Hey, what's up?
The male walks in. Alice says, "Oh, hello." And
What's up?
Garcento says, "Hi, Nemea."
Hello. What you
Anyway.
talking about?
Discussing future trade routes. We also were wondering if we could send a small group of individuals up north, out of the vortex, to make contact with Atlantis. Since we know that's where most of our refugees are from, we might be able to garner goodwill, being able to tell them that we saved their people.
And he goes, yeah, send a small group up somewhere. Wait, did you say you're sending them to Landis?
Yes, up north.
That's the town
Le-
that Nemeo's from,
That's
right?
the country. That is the country. And the city of Tempest is the closest major settlement we could probably get things.
You want to go to the city of Tempest?
Yes.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I lived in Atlantis for a time, and last time I checked, the city of Tempest wasn't in a very good state. They were starting to like go into lockdown and stuff because of some drama that was happening in the city. It might not be easy to get in there.
Oh, if you have experience there, would you be willing to accompany the party?
I don't think that. I really don't think that going to the city of Tempest would necessarily be the best option. To go.
Amos will speak up, say, "Didn't you need to go that way anyway?"
Did you now?
Yeah, but not necessarily to the city of Tempest.
Well, you need to clear your name, right?
Maya's going to
I
give
mean-
him a look that is going to say, "I'm going to kill you."
He'll just say, he'll like mouth the words like "what," and then he'll just stop talking.
She's very pissed off at him for saying that in front of people.
Excellent. If we could send you north, please, just escort our diplomat up there, and we could establish good relations and possibly get some help down here. Normally, leaving the vortex runs the risk of one of the marked beasts that patrols its borders, but the centaur Ash, the deer centaur, his clan has a way through the edge that could get us out. That could get a team out and back in, possibly.
Maya says, "What diplomat are you planning on sending?"
Well, possibly myself, Garcento says.
And sorry, wasn't God sent to the mermaid?
Yes.
Okay, Maya says, and how exactly are you intending to go there?
She goes, well, I have certain powers of my own. I can adopt a human form for a limited amount of time. A few days shouldn't be difficult if I can stop and rest in a lake or pond on the way.
Okay. Maya's thinking about for a moment. Hint, hint, Amos, time to speak, hint, hint.
Sorry, repeat. Like,
Well, when Garcinta says that she's going to, you know, she'll probably be going and like stopping in lakes and whatnot, Maya's gonna sort of stop and think.
well, I'm gonna say that. Well, you got mad, so I don't know.
Hey, did Garcinta and Leon, did neither of them react to Amos saying that Nemea needs to clear her name?
They didn't really react to that.
Okay.
Well, Amos, he kind of
Yeah.
just wants. He's kind of saying, let's move forward. You know, let's do what needs to be done for the town.
Maya's gonna sigh and say, if we need to go to Landis, that's fine, but if we can avoid the city of Tempest, I feel that would be best. I really don't think we'd be welcome there.
Amos will sigh and just kind of like, if there's no other way around it, then you know, I guess we can avoid it for now.
So you will not be joining our expedition up north?
She'll sigh again and say, "No, I'll go with you."
Oh, thank you so much. I was hoping to bring one other person. Is there anyone you recommend? Just from your
She
travels that you've met. that you
slowly turns
might
to
like.
look at Amos.
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, aside from him, I figured he'd be coming anyway.
Is
Well-
Lila coming already?
I could come if needed.
Well,
Alright, or maybe-
I'm assuming Dirk and Kat are coming.
You'd have to ask them.
Alright, when you go ask them.
And also ask. Ornstein and Aluna's kind of creeping me out with her
Naya
paranoia.
said, I'm not so sure Ornstein should come. He seems to be more interested in the potion shop than traveling at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ask Dirk and Kat.
Right. So, Dirk is still helping Sal and the Azure with the sword. They appear to be discussing the design of the katana, as Sal has never made one. He goes, okay, and this, it goes like this, sharpen here. Oh, hey, Nemea, how are you doing?
It's like, I'm alright. Apparently we're going to be doing Expedition North. Would you like to join us?
Well, look, I've really enjoyed all our adventures together, but I kind of have something I really need to do now. And he kind of gives you a look like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
As
okay.
soon as I've gotten that taken care of, I can come and join you and help you. But I have something I'm probably going to have to do on my own. Having more people will be just too risky for what I'm going to be doing. So don't worry, I have this. And he kind of he gestures to the horn. And the horn that Ian Raw gave him kind of emits this little glow to it. Like, there's magic here. Very powerful magic that will help him.
Alright. Then I'll go ask Kat if she would like to join us. So we're gonna go find Kat.
She is playing with her wolf over here somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to approach her and say, Kat, we are currently going on Expedition North. Would you like to join us?
I'd love to.
Awesome.
Ooh, who's a good wolfie? Who's a good wolf?
Awesome. Cool. So there we go. Nemea's going to go back to Carcenta's abode and say, okay, so Kat's coming, but Dirk needs to stay behind.
Okay. I see.
And what's Amos doing?
Would you be wanting... Amos, what are you doing? You're going to the potion shop, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask Ornstein. Well, if Aluna's there, I'll ask them both, but
Okay.
see which one wants to come. But I'm gonna ask them if they'd want to help out on this mission.
Ornstein has had his robe mended. It's nice and lovely and garish again. He goes, I'd love to. And Aluna's like, I still have some experiments to do on these new herbs. But you'll have fun, okay?
When Nemea goes back to Carcenta's abode and she hears that Amos went to go talk to Ornstein, she's going to go, oh, great, we're going to have him with us again, aren't we?
Yeah!
I like Ornstein. Nemea hates Ornstein.
I'm so glad. Alright. Anyway.
We use Wand of Wonder on him. Wand of Wonder.
Anyway. Alright. Jacinta actually begins kind of slithering out of her pond onto the edge. She goes, I haven't done this in quite a while, so... Oh wait, that's Aluna. I haven't done this in quite a while, so just give me a second. She takes a deep breath, and slowly you see her form shrink down, and her tail retract, and then split into two separate legs. She goes, okay, and she slowly stands up, the size of a normal human woman.
She's not wearing pants, is she?
No, she is not.
Okay, when Amos
Luckily,
it's
only Nemea and Lila in the room, though.
We know
so.
when Nemea sees Amos starting to approach, she closes the tent flap and keeps him out, and then gets her, I don't know, something to wear, or turns to Leah and tells her he gets him to wear.
Lila pulls out a spare set of pants and he goes, they're actually like pitch black. He goes, I was planning to use these for sneaking, but you need them more. And she puts those on. And she still has her little pink tunic on. Oh, thank you. And she steps out barefoot, but wearing pants. Oh,
Okay.
this is This is such a strange feeling. She kind of struggles to get her balance like a newborn.
Can I get her some shoes
Oh,
from
yeah.
somewhere? I'm gonna go see Domdre and see if Domdre has any shoes for her.
Andre has shoes for her.
Good. She has shoes now.
There are quite a few injured people in there, but you notice that the church has actually been cleaned up quite a bit. A lot of the benches have been repaired. People are kind of sitting. A lot of them have bandages and injuries.
Okay.
But they're okay. She's helping. She offers you a pair of just leather shoes. Alright. Yes. Alright. Well, I haven't done this very often. Based on the maps I've seen, I believe we may be able to either go on foot or take one of the boats to reach Landis. Possibly. We'd have to contact Ash's tribe, of course, and get one of their shamans to help open the way.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Alright.
Before we set off, Nemae's actually kind of like go off on her own for a moment, just for trying to make some excuse and just kind of go off for a moment. Just to use the orb to contact what's his name and tell them they're heading north, but that they might not necessarily be going to the City of Tempest.
Okay. As you contact Ianron, say that, and he goes, "No. Well, it's hard to head north without hitting Tempest from where you are. If you'll recall, Tempest was quite close to the coast. So, where exactly are you going from? Mosswall, correct?
Yes.
Well, heading straight north on foot or on a ship would lead you very close to Tempest. Where else might you be going?"
They said, I really want to avoid Tempest.
Is Amos here?
That is where I am. I am currently discussing the events of your crimes with the local law enforcement.
And how's that going exactly?
Well, for one, I can tell it isn't you just based on the circumstances. You're
They
not as
They don't seem
you're
to
not
care.
as subtle as this killer.
They don't seem to care though, do they?
They care more than you think they do, though not in the way you think they do. But you're not the sneaking type, are you?
This is, well, I've stuck around before, but it's been a while though. I'm not necessarily as skilled as they might think I am.
Hold on. No, Rick's Lair is 3 days east. You're heading straight north.
Okay.
Alright. What did you say again, Nemea? I'm sorry.
Nemea said, well, I am stealthy, but not necessarily as stealthy as that. And the reason I'm saying that is because I intend to take levels in Rogue at some point. It's just that I haven't yet. So, like, she is rogue-ish. She's just not a rogue.
Okay. He goes, well, they want to catch whoever did it. Right now, they believe, beyond the shadow of a doubt, it was you, though I believe to be making some dent in that assumption.
Nemea says, yeah, but if I head there, no matter what, I'm still going to get caught and to put in jail.
You needn't reveal yourselves to them immediately. I will keep you under my protection until such time as you are offered a fair trial, and we have an idea of who actually did it.
That tone's very against tieflings. I doubt I'll be offered a fair trial, even if they catch the real person.
Is Amos there while this is...
No, you're not.
Okay.
They will see justice done, whether they like what you are or not. They're not very fond about me telling them what to do. I was called a unicorn several times. It's quite offensive.
This is why I'm not surprised. That town never changes.
Yes, well, they're coming around. After I healed some of their sick and stopped a potential plague. Anyway.
The Maya's kind of mumbling herself, just like, plague would have been nice. just like I don't like those people. Everyone there was mean to her, except for a few of her friends that were pretty much criminals and tieflings. Oh, which reminds me, even the city is actually on lockdown, she might actually have some criminal connections to help them get in.
Alright,
That's
well,
actually a thing.
keep me informed as to your travel arrangements. I will continue to work in your favor here. And I think, be careful when approaching the town. Something sinister is going on. Something that goes beyond just one person.
Okay then.
Alright, and he stopped connection.
Okay, does the orb disappear after that?
Nope, it does stop glowing though.
Okay.
Alright. And with that, Garcenta has found Ash and brings him to the front of her house. A small, kind of gray and tan, young deer centaur, now having been provided a brown tunic and a new staff to use. He goes, greetings. So you're the people I'm taking back to the tribe, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
I assume Garcenta would say something.
Alright. Yes, Garcenta says, yes, thank you for your assistance. Ornstein comes running up. Wait for me! He stops right there.
Nemea sighs and rolls her eyes and turns to him and goes, "Hello, Ornstein. Nice to see you again."
Hi, Nemea. Did you use that potion?
She goes, "No, I have not had need to yet."
Okay, well, be careful with it. It's, I may have accidentally skipped a step. I'm worried its potency might have increased.
Nemea's going to look at him with the look of, "Oh my god."
It was my first time trying it, but it might be incredibly potent, so just be
Don't
careful,
drink it.
okay?
Pretty much I should drink it.
Yeah. Best results if you give it to someone who would not be romantically inclined towards you. It just makes them like you a lot. But if they would be romantically inclined to you, that's when things get really awkward.
So this is going to say out loud in front of everybody and say, "So why didn't you use one on Aluna?"
Because I need one. and he walks right by you, like with a smug look on his face.
Nemea's like, "You know what? I have some respect for him now. I finally gained some respect for him."
Alright. And with that, Ash starts leading you out of the town.
Wait, before we go, I'm gonna suggest that maybe we disguise Nemea before we, like, when we get into town.
Okay, it's about a week.
No, because you're a wanted criminal there, right?
Well, yeah, except that technically no one except you and me and Nemea are in the group that should know that.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it to you then.
That I should be disguised. Nemea's going to say, "This is not a bad idea." And she's going to tell everyone there that whenever we get close to the place, it'd be a good idea to disguise herself. But she's not going to say it's because she's wanted. She's going to say it's because she's tiefling, and tieflings are looked down upon more than most other races in that world.
Person's like, that's horrible. How could they look down on people just for being different?
Nemea's
That
like,
should be terms. They need to stop that.
Nemea looks at Ornstein and says, "You are way too innocent."
No, that was Garcenta.
Oh, Garcenta says, "You are way too innocent."
Well, am I wrong?
I mean, it's wrong. I mean, you're right about them being wrong, but at the same time, that's how the world works.
Well, it shouldn't be how it works. So I aim to change it.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
Everyone make an insight check on Ornstein.
He's secretly a demon!
Amos, you're oblivious. Ornstein looks about as... He looks kind of excited to be traveling, but every time you start mentioning the town of Tempest or the country in general, his mood kind of darkens, kind of similar to the ways yours does. When you think about it.
Nemea's gonna kind of look at him and say, "You alright?"
Yeah. And he is going to attempt deception.
Should I make an
Sure.
insight check against that?
Oh no. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he definitely is.
But he's really not.
He's like, "Alright." She wasn't gonna pry even if she knew that something was so wrong.
Yeah, I'm fine. And you continue on with Ash leading you. Yes. Alright. You head out of the village. Alright. You head out of the village, heading east. He goes, well, battle was kind of scary. Do you know where those people came from in the big boat? He's asking, kind of just you and Amos, the man.
Like where the people from the boat came from? That the town?
Yeah.
Amos says, "I don't know. I'm from this country."
Well, this province, but yeah.
Man says, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I have no idea. I don't know where they came from.
Well, if they keep trying to expand like they are, they might destroy my tribe. We travel through the vortex between Landus and Zhang, well, once every year. Kind of our migration pattern, if you could say. So if they take over this area, it would mean a lot of horrible things for us. Anyway, the tribe shouldn't be too far. I'll try and look for the signs to find one of them.
Okay.
Hopefully they haven't left already.
Was that Ash speaking or was that Ornstein speaking?
Ash.
Okay.
Ornstein's kind of being quiet.
I was
For
confused.
once. Sorry, I don't have very many different voices. I have young podcast. Oh, yeah. Okay. You rolled 2 12s. Kind of looking around. Okay, I think this is one of our markings. He just starts walking a certain way. He goes, another one, so this way, this way. He does not seem confident, but he does appear to be finding things.
Well, you know what? Maybe he'll find more in the next episode.
Yes, maybe he will.
So, if you guys like this video, please drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and share for more content. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Click all the links down there in the description box below. And with all being said, you're now required to have a fantastic day. You have no choice, and I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next video. Stay freak, everyone. Ciao.
Bye.
Seth, don't say a word. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's fine.
Good evening.